get set, first down. Handoff to the lone back. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Westbrook. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough of that first down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the first down, gets out of bounds. New set of downs for this offense.
Going to try to get it himself. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way.
Off he goes. The 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
How electrifying is this guy when the ball is in his hands? I'll tell you, he's making a name for himself all across college football. Ripped off over 100 yards in his last game out. He's basically at that now. This defense does not have an answer.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I think he does a really good job on this 2nd down play of being very decisive, getting north-south, making the play, and now setting up a much better 3rd down. That's a play we can continue to run even on 3rd down right now.
And they've moved their way down, but still they need 2 more yards. Can they bang it in with the running game on 3rd down? On the move. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative on this one.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. From the gun, the ground game. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They want to run it left here. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Bears will hustle to the line. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And the Bears will line up to punt it away. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
A new set of downs after the completion. To the ground with the back. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Dropping back, it's Westbrook. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That brings us to third and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Quarterback keeps it. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out. They'll decline the penalty. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They are up by 7 over Fresno State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll go to the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. It's a draw. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Goes to the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. The Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They finished the first 2 drives with field goals. They'd love to get a little something. And they got him for the sack.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline, run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds the hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run at it.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Westbrook. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Yeah, last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
I love when you sell the run like that quarterback did right there. Stuck it in the belly of the running back, pulls it out, runs the play action. Great job of confusing the defense a little bit, making them honor the run, and then throwing the ball in the lanes right behind them.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Single back formation, and they give it to it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
The counter run play is really tricky for defenses to stop because it forces you to play with great eye discipline. Everything in pre-snap is telling you the ball's going to the strong side, but now they run it back weak, and they're pulling offensive linemen. This defense better be ready because this won't be the last time today they see the counter run.
They'll try the right side, and they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. And the Bears want to pick up the tempo. The give to the back. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Offense facing 4th down.
And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of pride in execution, and they feel like they should have scored a touchdown every single drive. So while it's been good, not great, David, just execute a little bit better, and they can put this one in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think you point that out. We went all the way down the field on 2 of our first 3 drives and got field goals. Now, just a little better execution when that field starts to shrink and it gets a little bit more difficult.
He's going to run it. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. Dropping back, it's Westbrook. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Tigers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be brought down. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Firing to the right, complete. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Auburn doing business in the red zone. Back to throw, it's Westbrook. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got his man. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, this offense is given a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Auburn.
They're not into 3s. They want 6s. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. He'll get rid of it. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on it. He lets one fly deep. And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Trying to get to him. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the 2nd half. And he's going to run it back. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. The Bears will keep this drive going.
Yeah, nice job on third down, managing the situation, understanding what I needed to get. Nice job reading the defense, handing the ball off, and the running back knowing I got to get to those first down markers and get that first down.
And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Bears in the hurry up.
Second down.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking for an open man on second down. He turns that loose down the right side. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll line up for a second down play. To the air, it's Westbrook. Got it set up on the outside. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have to push the passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Back to the air one more time. Keeps looking downfield. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Great job rallying the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball over the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everywhere.
They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. This ball is picked off in the end zone, but no, he's out of bounds. The quarterback very fortunate to get away with that throw.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Got his man down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Fast motion from the offense. Snap from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Bears headed quickly to the line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. On target. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10 as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. It's complete on the right side. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! If you're able to move the ball on a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Flushed out of the pocket. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50, the 30, inside the 10, He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick two, as it were.
That keeps the score. Auburn 18, Baylor 6. That's the end of the third quarter.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead.
6-9-1, Gators score!
He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Gets it out fast. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown Bears! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of...
He's running free down the middle. The 30, at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Auburn. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Fresno State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the 4th quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down, feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
After getting 4 sacks last game, this defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. And let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him, a little slippery with all those juke moves.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Coming after it. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd down and short. They choose to pass it. They got the whole playbook open because it's 3rd and short. On their own side of the field, you could tell the QB wasn't going to make a mistake. He did not want to force the ball, make a bad decision. He throws the football away, lives to fight another down.
On 4th down, going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
The Bears are moving quickly down the field. He'll just keep slinging it. Throws toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deep as the deepest, wide as the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead.
And it's caught inside the 15. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10.
42 Spider.
He'll take it himself. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. The Bears moving quickly to the line. The snap sets up the throw. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Well, there was a golden opportunity for the offense to come away with 2 points there, but he dropped it in the end zone. That's a catch you have to make.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. One more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. On the option. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Flying out to the left. The 20, 10, and he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Tigers. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Why not double the try total and go for 2? He stopped short on the 2-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the 2. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick it off.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels.
Wide open, he makes the catch. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's loose. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, it's not just the other team, right? You're fighting against that clock. Nice heads-up play by the QB. He does a great job scrambling, getting the 1st down, and then stopping that clock.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Squirrel.
Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bears! Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Fresno State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Fires to the big fella. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
That is no good. Still up by 5 after missing that chance to put a little padding on it, guys. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations.
And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. And the Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Timeout called by the defense, and there are only 10 seconds left in the game. It's 1st down from the 11. He wants to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now, because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked up. Quarterback checking off. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And what a way for this defense to end it. A pick as time runs out. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment, or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership.